Hey, Mike here. This is my account as I'm tracking it in Google Finance, and I just bought a couple more stocks today. Um, this is the net worth of my investment account, and I'm actually a little bit on margin, but I'm sending in some money via check to cover that. But I'm essentially fully invested, and I bought three individual stocks today that are new positions, and I added on to my GDXJ, which is a gold stock ETF. And I've been planning on doing some purchases this month. The last time I bought was August the 15th, I believe, and I've just been patient, waiting. I'm averaging in, buying more stuff, and so forth. And I was waiting for some pullback or a pivot point to happen in the stock market, and in particular the gold and European markets, and it's happening right now, I believe. We saw the gold stock ETF pull back, and I bought some here. That's the last time I purchased. And here we had the pullback, and it looks like, just looking at a chart that, they held up the past couple of days. They're turning back up, and resistance is at the 280, 290 area up here. And I contend that we've been building a base here for gold stocks since April with the low in June. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months so far. And it may end up being 6 before the base is completed, or it could be this month. But it completes it by breaking through the 280 through 290 level, and if that occurs, I think that means the stage 1 base has been completed, and gold stocks will go up for several years, and these stocks will go up a lot, probably 200% on average, which is a tremendous gain from where they are sitting right now. So that's what I'm looking at. Here's SLV, the silver ETF. You can see it's going up too. Here's gold. And I'm also looking at European markets because they're breaking out. Some of them have already broken out to new 52-week highs after basing essentially since January. This is Spain, which is surging at the moment. I'll talk about the Fed meeting in a second, but which is having a bullish effect on all these markets. But here's the Spanish market breaking out to a new 52-week high. That's held as resistance since January. Here's Italy, on the verge of breaking out. Austria on the verge of breaking out. One that's lagged, which is now turning up, doing really well, is the Russian stock market. And I think it's going to do fantastic and catch up with these other markets because it's very cheaply valued and it's very closely linked to the commodity markets. Russia is one of the biggest commodity producers in the world. So I bought, you see the list of the stocks below, and I did a report this morning talking about these stocks before I purchased them for Power Investor members, but I just point out too, this is Norilsk, the Russian copper producer, paying an 8% dividend, and this SAN, which is one of the largest banks in Spain, also producing an 8% dividend. And then I also purchased these other gold stocks. You can see the list of them below. But again, I outlined them all for the Power Investor members. Now let's talk about the Fed meeting, because it is a surprise to me what they did not do today, because the expectation has been in the market and in the media that Bernanke would have done a cut in his quantitative easing bond buying program, and television's been talking about how this would be tightening and represent a reduction in Fed money printing operations. And I was saying, well, this will just be symbolic and something he's doing before he goes out of office, and who knows, in a year they could be increasing the money printing operations, and I believe there's a good chance that that's going to happen. But he did nothing, and frankly I'm pretty surprised he did nothing, because the expectation has already been built in that he was going to do something. And it seems like that would have been the responsible thing to do, but he's just not going to stop. He's not going to even reduce the amount of money he's printing. It's one of the craziest decisions I've ever seen on the part of the Federal Reserve at one of these Federal Open Market Committee meetings. But it's what's happened, and it's definitely benefiting the financial markets today. It's benefiting the gold markets, the commodity markets, and they're the places to be going forward the next couple of years. What's happening in the S&P 500, it's nice to see it go up, surge 1% on this. I'm not bearish on the S&P 500, but I just think going forward, there's more money to be made in these other markets. I wouldn't sell if I had long-term positions there, but I'm much more interested in investing where I think there's great opportunities to make money, and that's where I'm positioned, and that's where I've added on today. So more videos coming, and we'll navigate these markets together. But I have seen today, no matter what they were going to do today, I thought today would be a critical turning point for the gold and commodity markets in particular, because they were falling into this meeting. Some people were shorting these things with the idea, a mistaken notion, I believe, even if they had reduced quantitative easing, that the easy money policies are over, and this meeting is showing you that. But even if they cut, I just thought it was going to be symbolic. But the key was that markets tend to sell into what traders perceive as going to be a negative event, which was going to be today's meeting, and then once the event passes, they buy, or they cover their short positions or whatever. And that's why I thought today could be the pivot point for gold and gold stocks. Now they're turning up, but we still need to see the HUI clear the 280 through 290 resistance level to make a complete breakout and launch a bull market. But I do think this is probably a good low point, a good time to buy. So I bought, and I'm now, fully invested with my account. Not fully invested in gold, but fully invested in the sense that I don't have cash in there at the moment. I'm going to try to put some more in, but I'm more invested in the European markets. But I'm heavily weighting now more and more into the commodity market. The European markets bottomed last year, so they're in a one-year bull market, which essentially, here's the beginning of it from July to January, the first leg, and then we've paused, and now they're starting the second leg. If you look at the S&P 500, this tends to be what stock markets do. They have a bottom, they surge 6-8 months, then they pause, and then have their second leg up. So I think that's what Europe has done as a whole. They paused, now they're breaking out again, and that's a good time to buy. But when it comes to the gold stuff, they haven't even started their first initial surge yet. They're just in the process of building this base to launch the first leg of their bull market off of. So, be talking to you later.